Robert Wylde, poet. Robert Wylde, Wylde 1615–1679, was an English clergyman and poet, ejected from his living in 1662. Despite presbyterian views, Wylde was a royalist in politics. John Dryden called him the wither of the city, the city. He wrote extensively, often anonymously and controversially. Life. Wylde was the son of Robert Wylde, a shoemaker of St. Ives, Huntingdonshire. After a private school education at St. Ives, he was admitted as a sizar to St. John's College, Cambridge, on 26 January 1632, and was made a scholar in 1634. He graduated as a B.A. at the beginning of 1636, an M.A. in 1639, and B.D. of Oxford on 1 November 1642. He was made a D.D. per litteris regius on 9 November 1660. As a young man, Wylde held strong Puritan views, and was inducted into the living of Eindhoe, Northamptonshire, on 22 July 1646 by order of the House of Commons. Wylde's reputation for irregular wit gave his friend Richard Baxter so much uneasiness that he visited Eindhoe, intending to rebuke him. However, after having sat in the corner of the church and listened to his sermon, he changed his mind and instead asked Wylde to rebuke him sharply for having listened to the reports. Wylde was ejected by the Act of Uniformity 1662. He lived at Eindhoe a year or two after 1662, supported amongst others by Sir John Baber, Charles Roman II's physician, to whom, for a timely gift of 10 crowns, Wylde addressed the grateful Nonconformist 1665. Later Wylde was living at Oundle. He was indicted in July 1669 at Warwick and Coventry assizes for keeping a conventicle. By his wife, Joyce, Wylde had at least 2 sons, both of whom were reportedly conforming ministers. He died at Oundle of a fit of apoplexy, and was buried there on 30 July 1679. Works. His best-known poem is Iter Boreal, attempting something upon the successful and matchless march of the Lord General George Monk from Scotland to London, by a rural pen. It was printed on 23 April, London, 1660, and at once became popular as a tribute to General George Monk. An edition poems by Robert Wylde was published by John Hunt in 1870.